The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Ravens and the Jets on Sunday night.
It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Jets. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
Begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they'll be led out by the second overall pick from BYU, now in his second season, Zach Wilson.
And as we continue with great players, especially quarterbacks, how about this young man? Second year in the NFL, guided his team into the playoffs, and now he wants to show the world that they should buy in on him because he wants to evolve from that young quarterback to that true team leader that takes his team deep in the playoffs.
Now Hall to start the drive. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Here's Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And 3rd and 8 now. Now it's Wilson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Roquan Smith coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it also brings up 4th. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Now they try a lateral, but it doesn't work. It's a loose ball. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. And the first touchdown in the wild card game can sometimes, just to get over the hump, that can be a huge, huge momentum builder.
Brandon, you know how it is. All year long we work towards the playoffs. You imagine it. You dream about it. And now you get into the wild card game and you score right away. That's beyond what you expected.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against his secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early. Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Now Jackson on first down. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman.
And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. 1st down. To throw is Jackson.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins.
And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. On 3rd down, Jackson.
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You got a lot to handle in this one.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive that deep in your own territory.
2nd quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Here's Wilson to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Here's Braden Mann now,
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And they try to razzle-dazzle, but the ball's out. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And I get what he's trying to do there, trying to make a play, getting the ball to your teammate on the punt return, but we see the risk involved. It played out right there.
No doubt about it. Risk versus reward, and you know that that's drawn up really well on the grease board, right? And then you execute it and work on it in practice. But you know going into a game, heightened emotions, heightened sensitivities during the game, everything has to go perfectly for that play to be executed.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they have little chance of winning this one.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run, as his guys have now moved out in front.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Jets first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat. Brought the heat there, and it worked out.
And nowadays, all those defensive-minded coaches, for them, it's all about getting the football. I went into one facility, and as soon as you walked into the defensive room, there was a football, like on a spring, and each guy that walks in that plays has to act like he's knocking the ball free. They want those instincts created. They want them to think about that all the time, and that's what they try to preach.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Tucker's kick is good, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
And not wanting to risk it. In the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we're a look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Raven offense set to start this 3rd quarter. And they've been the better of the 2 teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbin.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they take possession of the football and have it at their 36-yard line.
And now, as with every potential turnover, we're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is converted.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Wilson. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein.
Made his first. This now from 46 yards away.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through.
And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Pushes past him.
That is caught, Rashad Bateman.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now it's Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive. Back now here at MetLife Stadium, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Odafe Oweh, his second sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and he's got the hook up to Moore. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to lead to a third down. Now a whistle and a timeout defensively. Trying to stop it, and they do with 2 seconds to go prior to the 2-minute warning. On third down, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Gets this to Moore. And some room to work. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now Wilson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, obviously, Charles, this stage of the game, down 2 scores, they had to put the football in the air. Unfortunately, it gets picked off.
And the criticism comes easily in situations like this, but you just laid it out. Look where they are on the scoreboard. Look at where the clock is in the game. He has to take a chance here and try and get the ball downfield to his receivers. Unfortunately, it was picked off.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it.
Bateman's got it on the crossing route here.
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Play action. Now Jackson.
He'll find Bateman once more. And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
They go play action now. Jackson. Touchdown.
Rashad Bateman
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Ravens continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's Rashad Bateman who finished it all off with a touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out.
Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field.
Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. As this one moves towards its conclusion, another incomplete pass there. Thoughts on the second? In trouble, and he's taken down.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. The Ravens going to move on to another week in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody.